Hello and welcome back to another review. Today I am reviewing Simon Stirzaker's Getting High and Landing. Now obviously you know that I have done this song before. Simon sent me a demo and it was a demo. He went back, he did something completely new with it, he decided to remix it, add in extra parts, just change it up a little bit. This is what he sent back to me. I think this is a definitely a better version of what I had sent before. Obviously, asking Simon's consent, I do have permission to play the entire song. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to play the song so you can hear it all, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Twisted, I'm running out of lines. Another girl in my bed, but same old demons in my mind. Faded, am I here or am I gone? We're alone in my room, so why have you still got your clothes on? Intoxicate me and tell me what went wrong and why is he leaving you, baby? It's 'cause of boys like you and all these drunken one-night stands. I keep getting high as a kite and then forgetting that I'm gonna land. Well, boys like you, no, you can't keep it in your pants. Oh, and darling, why is this my fault? Are you forgetting where you put your hands? I think we've had too much and we've dug ourselves a hole. Because we're in too deep, now escape now, fuck it, go hard or go home. Time's getting more. You should go home now and see the man you claim to love. He said I can't do that because of boys like you and all these drunken one-night stands. I keep getting high as a kite and then forgetting that I'm borderline. Well, boys like you, no, you can't keep it in your pants. Oh, and darling, why is this my fault? Are you forgetting where you put your hands? And all these drunken one-night stands, I keep getting high as a kite and then forgetting that I've got to land. Well, boys like you, you can't keep it in your pants. Oh, and darling, why is this my fault? Are you forgetting where you put your hands?
Getting High and Landing was released on the 10th of July 2020. This song already sounds better than the fucking steaming pile of shit I was sent first. The first song, the first version of this, had so many errors. I listened to it again yesterday before listening to the new version, and it kind of feels like Simon did get really high and then just landed his foot in just basic piles of shit and just went,
Fuck it, yeah, let's make a song out of this.
The first version is just awful, in my opinion. It had the elements, and I'm so glad that Simon has now gone away and done this, because now what he's done is he's taken what had good potential in the first version and has now brought it to this and made it so much better. The drums start off with a very basic beat going throughout, and that usually sticks throughout the entire song. It also comes in with the little key that's being held and the guitar as well. The drums do a little fill at the end of this bar. We basically just go into the verse, which comes in with an acoustic guitar and Simon's vocals. The one thing that I found with both the first version and this version is the fact that I like Simon's vocals. I think Simon does have a good voice. But the one thing I think about the vocals themselves are, I don't feel like Simon is basically doing him. I feel like he's badly trying to impersonate Michael Jackson and Matty Healy's fucked up brother. So rather than bring his own unique voice and style to this, I feel like he's taken too much from here and too much from here, put them together and gone, that's me, I'm doing that. And I definitely think that he could veer away from that. He could be himself. He can have his own style. I just don't feel like he has found that in his vocals yet. I just feel like it's kind of, yeah, that's me. As I said, in this version, the drums do fill. Compared to the last version, which had some brain dead fuck trying to keep time and unfortunately not being able to, this version does have fills, and the drums are, I can successfully say, do manage to keep in time the entire thing. Whilst the fills aren't too complicated, they do work. They're not sort of just duh, and that's it. It's more complementary to the song, rather than having a fill of some guy playing 16th notes at fucking 300 BPM whilst his hands are on fire. It's just simple, tasty little notes to it. I do feel throughout this song that Simon kind of rushes his vocals sometimes. A bit like when you're trying to cook something and you stick too much shit in the oven, and then you don't realize really what you've put in the oven, so you just stick it all in anyway and go, yeah, fuck it, that'll do something, and it just mutates into a giant shepherd's pie, and then it tries to like kill you because it's just hell-bent on death. It kind of feels like there's a part where he says, time's getting on, you should go home now and see the man you claim to love. You said, I can't do that. But the way it's executed comes across as, you can't do that. Da, 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 da. It just feels a little teensy bit rushed in some places. I definitely think some spacing out of that would have helped, I think. We do get a guitar solo, of course. The guitar solo is okay. I don't feel like it brings much to the song. That's kind of because I feel like most of the song is a guitar solo or a guitar riff, and it's just sort of like little miniature throughout. I don't feel like this solo was really needed, but I can understand why it's there, and it's not piss poor. It does work in the overall aspect of the song. But I do have to ask, did fucking EA make this fucking guitar solo? Because I feel like it's just being locked behind a fucking gate, and I can't fucking hear it because it's too busy being drenched in a fucking paywall that I have to pay fucking stupid amounts of fucking money just to fucking listen to. Yeah, the guitar solo effects on this were a bit odd. I don't think it needed that much effect. I also I feel like it's just a bit too drenched in it, to be honest. I feel that it should have been a brighter, more prominent part of the song, so rather than having it just sort of being drowned out by echoes and echoes of just echoes, it could have been more in the song, more prominent, brighter, better than what it had been throughout the entire song, and just brought this completely new feeling and fresh sense of presence to it that I would have liked and appreciated a lot more. The chorus for this is catchy. I do find myself singing the chorus quite a lot. It gets stuck in my head when I'm walking down the street and I'm just going. It definitely succeeds in making a very catchy song. The guitar as well, is very, very, very catchy. And even though I'm not, like I said, a big fan of guitar solos or guitar riff leads and stuff, I do think of that quite an awful lot, and that's prominently what I know this song for, is its guitar and its vocal melodies. Mixing wise, my fucking god, this song is so much fucking better than the last fucking song that I was sent. The last one, as I mentioned in my last video, it's like it's being played from a fucking mile away, and This one, that's not a problem. The mixing is so much better than what the first one was. There are still minute things to be done. I think that the acoustic guitar in the verse should be turned up a little bit, and sometimes I feel like the vocal should be turned down a little bit as well. But overall, like I said, compared to the first version that I had heard, this version of this song completely trumps the last one. There is no competition. This sounds like an actual professional song, and it sounds so much better. So for that, Simon, well done, fella. This is definitely the best improvement that you could have done. Overall, I know I haven't really indulged myself too much into this song. I kind of feel like with having done a review of this already, I don't need to get into the nitty gritty of like the fucking sequence of it, because it is essentially the same song. It has exactly the same lyrics, nothing's changed, just the mixing's been done, there's been a few additions to it. Simon has definitely improved. Simon has taken the first song, which was on fucking fire and was just killing everything. He then doused the fire, revived it, and then has made this new song that has taken what had good elements in the first and brought it to this completely new standpoint of this song and has successfully made a good song. This song isn't my type of song that I would go to, but listening to it, I didn't sit here and think that I fucking hated it or that it was the most garbage thing I've ever heard.
I can't say the same for the first version.
But this version is definitely well appreciated in the fact that I obviously got to hear the first version of what this song was and how it's improved and how it's come to be this. Overall, yeah, I think this is a good tune. It's catchy in terms of guitar lines, MIDI lines. The drums are fine. They just play in time. There's a few fills, nothing too complex. There's a few things that could be turned up and the vocals could be turned down every now and then. But apart from that, I do enjoy this song, and I'm very happy to see that Simon took some of the criticism that I originally gave to him in the first review and has applied it to this and has made a better song. So yeah, this has been a new review. You've definitely seen that, my hair has disappeared and so has the usual background, and I'm currently at home. I went home, so I'm going to be here for the foreseeable future. So this is going to be my current background for the time being, apart from when I have videos of me that I've already pre-recorded, which will be a weird switch up, but I quite like this background. Quite nice. Shout out to my mum. My mum did this. Isn't that nice? But yes, thank you. This has been another review. Make sure you give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you like this, why don't you comment getting high and landing, not getting pissed and falling flat on its face. I know none of you will comment that, but just in case you will, fuck it, do it anyway. Thank you, and have a nice day.